Yo, what's the fucking deal? Yo, so we back in this bitch. Yeah, man, we back in this bitch today, man. Now, you know what I'm saying? I heard Jidion has officially made an apology video. So make sure boys like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna get right into that. Love y'all boys. Yo, what's the fucking deal, YouTube? And we back in this bitch today. And I heard Jidion say he was quitting, so let's see what's to it, man.
Y'all, man. So this is genuinely gonna be my last video ever like this. I'm never gonna make a video like this again.
Why he quit?
You know, obviously you guys know what's all going on. You guys saw me getting arrested. You guys saw Cold Blues video and everything. And I did a reaction to it, kind of like, oh no, this wasn't right. This is how it happened. Da 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 da. But genuinely, during the last few weeks, I've done a lot of just like inward reflection, and I've been talking to my fiance a lot, and I just kind of came to realize, you know, what I was doing wrong, and also came to realize that truly your boy was spiraling. You know, I was genuinely losing the plot, and I have to say, like, genuinely, I feel like a hypocrite, you know, because just a couple videos ago, I was saying how what Alex was doing was a distraction from the bigger mission, and then I come along doing what I was doing, and if anything, it was an even bigger distraction from the mission. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I kind of got it wrong. When I did my reaction video, I thought they was trying to catch a predator. I didn't know they was trying to. His uncle was basically on some weird shit, and Skeeter Jean was trying to get that nigga about the house with his grandma or some shit. I didn't know that.
Now I had to pay 6+ figures for my lawyer fees, and then my fans' lawyer fees and everything.
But nigga, you don't even gotta explain that because you're a multi-millionaire from your words, my nigga.
And that money could have been used for the betterment of society, but now it's being used in the legal system. You know what I mean? And it's just completely unnecessary, and it's completely my fault. And while I still don't think I committed a crime, I still do think that, you know, genuinely, I was just being not only just an ass, but annoying. And I come to realize that, you know, genuinely, streaming makes me the worst me. You know, thinking back on it, every quote-unquote controversy, not even quote-unquote, every controversy and everything that I've ever got into, anytime I trended on Twitter for something,
Yes.
the negative, it's always been for some streaming clip. You know, like the first one that comes to mind is the Pokemon situation, then the second one that comes to mind is, you know, the Logan Paul thing. And then besides all that, like, bro, I've been in countless beefs, and a majority, I would say probably like 85% of those beefs have come from streaming, you know? And I think what it is genuinely is, you know, I don't think it's a good thing to just look at the chat for hours on end, and you're just like in real time getting opinions of people. And then, you know, I know probably some of my other streamers can attest to this. You know, you see somebody in the chat say boring or L stream or something like that, and then it flips a switch in you where you want to be more entertaining, and you want to, you know, pump up the levels and everything. You want to entertain. And I think the reason why I gravitated so much.
But you shouldn't let like people saying shit in your chat determine how your actions is. You feel me? Or how you react to certain shit in real life. You feel me? Niggas always gonna hate, bro. You gotta, but you being the person that you are, bro, you should know that, bro. You feel me, bro? You shouldn't even get triggered by shit like that, bro. Just because, nigga, you're a troller, number one. So you should just automatically know when niggas just trying to get you mad and shit like that, bro. You feel me, bro? So like, I don't know.
To streaming is because I think I'm just like an instant gratification person, and there is no better instant gratification than you streaming. Because when you make a video, you don't get that instant gratification. You can know you made a fire video.
Hold on, chat. I'm gonna be back. Fuck. All right, chat. I'm back.
Kind of like my going to the most racist town in America video. Like, I know that was a fire video, but it took like a month plus to get it edited and perfect. And then when I posted it, you know, it didn't pop off at first. It was actually a 10 out of 10. And then over time, it grew and grew and grew, and it did what I thought it was going to do. But it wasn't instant gratification. Whereas when you stream, you know, you can have streams where right out the gate you have.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of lost. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, bro. I thought you was trying to explain the Cold Blue clip, and now you talking about some other shit. So I don't know. I'm gonna just let it play out.
Thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of people watching you then and there, and then people are clipping you like right away and stuff like that, and you get that instant gratification. But I'm realizing that's not good for me. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's bad for everybody, because you got people like Queso and Jinxie and a bunch of other streamers who can stream and not, you know, causing controversies and just keep it entertaining. But, you know, genuinely, I'm not that guy, pal. I'm gonna be real. And so, like, I'm not on here, you know, apologizing or anything, because I don't owe you guys an apology. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't affect any of y'all. But I do want to say that I see where I was wrong 1,000%. And
Nah, but you do owe them kids an apology, though. I ain't gonna lie. They did take that charge for you, bro. So you do gotta be a man at the end of the day and apologize to them at least. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You know, granted, bro, like, everybody gonna hate, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just because you a popular creator, you know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, bro, you just gotta take accountability for the shit you did. What you doing right now, you feel me? But just, you know what I'm saying, you gotta apologize to them too, the actual people, the actual innocent people that got in some shit that you caused type shit. You know what I'm saying?
people I do owe an apology to, you know, I've given them to them, you know, to the boys who got arrested. They're all 18 plus, by the way. I know a lot of people are saying that they were minors. They're all 18 plus, but still, you know, I put them in that situation and they didn't have to be. And at the end of the day, I shouldn't have ever been there, you know. With my values as a Christian, I haven't been moving like that, man. And I've been falling back to my old self. And I've seen some of you guys in the comment section like calling it out, like, Jidion, you're going back to your old self. You know what I mean? Like dibbling, dabbling in pranks and stuff like that. And, you know, even though, you know, Joe wasn't doing a good thing by squatting at his mom's house and stuff like that, you know, at the end of the day, who am I to just, you know, troll and stuff? I have so many other better things I should be doing. Like that time and money I spent getting that stream set up.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you could have just put that time and energy, bro, towards something that, you know what I'm saying, that actually matter, which you do be doing a good thing by catching these predators and shit, bro. You should just did some shit like that, bro. You shouldn't even harass that nigga, bro. You feel me? You went to the McDonald's and shit. You know what I'm saying? They just kept that shit going, bro, because it's gonna make you look like a weirdo at the end of the day, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that, you know what I'm saying, niggas can own up to their mistakes and shit like that, bro. I don't think he gonna fall off, me personally, just because it's Jidion, bro. He know a lot of people and shit like that. He got a lot of connections and shit. And you know what I'm saying, he been doing this shit for a while, bro. So I don't think he gonna fall off. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody trying to make a scene, bro.
Bunch of catches, you know what I mean? Getting bad people off the streets. And so what I'm here to just pretty much say is the shenanigans are stopping. The shenanigans are over. And genuinely, like, this was a very humbling experience that I really needed. And I genuinely think if this didn't happen, it just would have continued, you know what I mean? And who knows, it could have been something worse. It could have been something horrible that I could never come back from, you know what I mean?
That's
so
what I'm saying.
just blessed that God let it be something like this, you know, that I put myself in a situation like this to where I can actually rebound and do better. And you know what, genuinely, to the Woodhaven Police Department, I see where you guys are coming from, you know? Like, bro, you're a small town and you got this YouTuber having fans coming all over the place and stuff like that. You know, you guys have never probably had anything like that happen in your town before. And, you know, quiet towns like to stay quiet. And, you know, to Officer Mitchell, you know, I called you out of your name multiple times. You feel me? Like, if I was a cop, I would arrest somebody too if I was getting called out of my name like that. So, genuinely, I feel like there's a lot of blame to go around. And I feel like a lot of the blame has to be pointed right back at me. It has to be directed at me. And it rightfully so, man. You know, bro, I'm getting spammed up with, I'm a multimillionaire. And, you know, genuinely, like, bro, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Genuinely, it doesn't
I'm a
bother me
multi-millionaire.
It humbled me. It humbled me. The whole situation humbled me. And I'm just, the reason why I titled the video what I titled it is because I'm never going to stream again. You know, genuinely, you know, I love streaming, but it's just too much bad comes with it. And I don't know how to control myself. And so the best way to control myself is to distance myself. And so I just can't stream anymore. And I won't stream anymore because I actually want to be here for the betterment of society. And what I was doing during that stream wasn't for the betterment of society. Now, police resources are being wasted and judicial resources are being wasted. And, bro, I've dropped 6+ figures on fighting this legally. You know what I mean? And it's just all just unnecessary garbage. And
That's
it was garbage
what I'm
content,
saying,
too.
bro. Like, it was just, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the heat of the moment, bro, he was just letting his emotions build up and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he just, you know what I'm saying, like he said, bro, like, he just let that worst side get up out of him, bro. And then, you know what I'm saying, these are the results of letting your emotions get out of hand, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay fees, you know what I'm saying? You gotta explain yourself, make apology videos and shit and all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I still feel like Jidion a good dude, you know what I'm saying? It's just, he couldn't handle himself better in that situation, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't had to take it to the point to where it got to, you feel me? A lot of niggas, you know, hating on this nigga right now, bro. But I'm saying, bro, get this shit like 2-3 weeks, bro. This shit gonna pass by. Niggas still gonna be like, oh, I'm a multi-millionaire. But, You know what I'm saying? It's just how the internet is, bro. Like niggas gonna always find something to hate on you for, bro. It's just how life work, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta let you gotta be strong, bro, and not let your emotions take over, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm gonna
And
really say
the
right
crazy thing
there.
is from 2024 to now, I was making good content, getting actual bad people off the streets, and it's just crazy that I told myself that wasn't enough, And I think it's just, kind of just seeing all my friends, like seeing Canel do his thing with streaming, seeing Kai, seeing people I know like Speed and all of them doing their thing with streaming. And it's like, oh man, I'm like, I want to go back. I want to go back. And it's like, I'm tempting myself. And then I always just like go back into the streaming stuff when really I should have left that alone, because you guys remember the video where I said that I was done bothering society. And bro, look at what I was doing. Just bothering society, being a nuisance. You know what I mean? And I was blessed to find something that wasn't nuisance, actually cleaning up the streets, getting predators off the streets. And instead of just sticking with that and doing that, I got distracted and I got greedy and I wanted to go back into doing, slop content. And, genuinely, I don't think if I went through the situation, I think I would have kept on making the slop content. And genuinely, I think
I want to call it slop content though, bro. I feel like you kept pushing it, bro, to a certain extent, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where you should have just left that shit alone. You feel me? Because if I'm being real, bro, most of y'all blew up off of slop content, bro. I'm gonna keep it a butt with you, bro. Like him, Kai, Speed, like they was all doing dumb shit, and then they ended up blowing up, and then they ended up changing their content and shit, bro. So I always feel like it's good to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Have fun. You know what I'm saying? Try to make people laugh and shit like that, bro. But like it get to a certain extent, bro, to where now not only did you feel me, you put yourself at risk. You know what I'm saying? But you put other people at risk too, bro. And that's why I feel like all the hate coming from, bro, is because you got them two niggas arrested type shit. You know what I'm saying? That was trying to look out for you and shit like that. You feel me? So I just feel like, bro, I feel like Jidion not gonna fall off. I really feel like I don't need to hear the rest of this apology, bro. It's gonna be like, bits and pieces, like him just repeating the same shit, bro. But like, you gotta get where he coming from, though. You feel me, bro? Like, I get where he coming from, and I don't at the same time. I'm kind of like neutral.
if I would have kept on making this slop content, who knows? I could have affected somebody seriously, like where it would be irreparable and couldn't be fixed. So I quit streaming. I quit nuisance stuff. I quit all that. And I genuinely just want to do good for society. I want to make society better. And that's what I'm going to do. So I just came on here to say that. And one other thing I've also realized is, bro, I'm going to be real, y'all. I don't know, man. It's like I got a temper on me. I really do. And people that watch my streams, you guys see it all the time where it's like I get triggered. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, the officers were just doing their jobs and I was just getting triggered. And I was acting like a Karen. I had a Karen moment. I feel like we're all due for a Karen moment, but, mine was on camera. And luckily, I feel like we all go through moments like this in life. Not like mine, but we all go through moments like this in life where we're not our best self. But, not everybody has their best self put on camera to millions of people. And genuinely, I wish everybody could have that experience, because when you have that happen, it makes you do reflection. And so, you know what? Weirdly enough, bro, I want to go back to Woodhaven and I want to catch a pred there. I want to actually have a good relationship in that city. If you guys are still calling them or causing them any ruckus or anything, please stop. Do not do that on my behalf. Do not do that at all, man. They're actually out there protecting the servant. And it's a quiet neighborhood, you know what I mean? And I made it not quiet. I'll be honest. And this,
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never been to Woodhaven, though, bro. I ain't never been out there. And I'm from the Mitten, bro. I ain't never been out there before.
This isn't any PR damage or anything, because, to be real with you guys, genuinely, like, the situation didn't affect anything. If I was clout demoning off of it, I would have just been like, oh, yeah, kind of like what I was doing before, making jokes about it and stuff like that. But now I'm realizing that I don't want to do this. I want to mature. I was maturing, then I let myself regress. And now I want to keep on maturing. And I want to move on from this. And just because I want to move on from it doesn't mean you guys have to move on for it. I really don't care what you guys do, because like I was saying earlier, I realized I have a fragile ego, bro. I have a fragile ego where like I let comments and things people say affect me.
Woodhaven, that shit like 26 minutes for me right now, currently. I ain't never been out there
I saw
before.
something that Scarlett Johansson said, and it's crazy. Like, she also said that she has a fragile ego. So the way she combats it is she doesn't read comments about herself. And I realized, like, the last couple of days, I feel like the reason why I got to this point is because I haven't been reading comments. It's because I haven't been looking at videos about me talking about the situation. And it's letting me come to a more clearer view, because I feel like if I was watching that content, you guys see me react to other people talking about me, I get all riled up and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, why am I triggering myself? No one told me to react to these videos and stuff like that or anything, And so like when I post this video, I'm not gonna read comments or anything. This isn't for any damage control stuff. So you guys can say whatever you want in the comments. I'm not gonna read it because I'm gonna be real. I can't handle it. But you know what I can handle? I can handle these preds, and I can handle making a difference in society. And that's what I'm gonna keep on doing. And yeah, so I guess you know what? I do want to say one thing. I do want to apologize for one thing, and that is I apologize for the distractions. I apologize for the slop content, and I apologize for pretty much forgetting about the mission. You know what I mean? This mission is so much more important than that slop content that I was posting. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. We're going to be back on the mission. We're going to be posting the prey catches, and we're going to be going forward and doing our thing with a higher velocity and with a higher...
Well, bro, I mean, as long as you acknowledge that you wrong, bro, you feel me? You're not really going to be hearing me talking shit, you feel me? As long as you can own up to what you did and you know that was wrong, you feel me? And you genuine about it, bro, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm really not gonna have too much to say on this situation, you feel me? But as far as like, you know, speaking on the topic, bro, you know, just I feel like, bro, this is why you need to learn how to control your emotions, bro. Because if you get to a certain extent, bro, and you get to a certain level of fame or wherever you want to be at in life, bro, you always gonna have little shit like this, you know what I'm saying? Or like shit where you feel like your shit not enough. You feel me? When you already got everything you need, bro. So just be grateful, gang. You feel me? That it wasn't too crazy, you feel me? And that you can low-key bounce back from this shit. I say good 2-3 months, bro. Everybody gonna forget about this shit, bro. You feel me? But it's just how you move forward that's gonna determine your character overall, bro. You know what I'm saying? But enough on that topic, man. Make sure our boys keep guiding your life at all times. Make sure our boys like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gone.